When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
God, in 2005 to 2008, right in there, Katt, we were looking at Katt like, wow.
So good.
Picture selling out arenas, turning one HBO night into a 40% ratings jump, and dragging an independent comedy DVD all the way to Prodigy to Problem.
And pushing
Between 2008 and 2016, Katt Williams was booked, photographed, and paraded through courtrooms so many times that even entertainment reporters lost count. Yet when we track the paper trail and the outcomes, a different pattern appears. A JC records show a string of arrests and charges in Georgia alone during 2016, from a pool store altercation in Gainesville on February 29 to a cell phone dispute and property damage claims weeks later, followed by negotiated pleas and dropped counts rather than convictions stacking up the way the mugshots suggest. When we step back and add in at least damage claims weeks later, followed by negotiated pleas and dropped counts rather than convictions stacking up the way the mugshots suggest. When we step back and add in at least 11 civil assault suits logged in court databases since 2008, including claims over bar fights, entourage clashes, and alleged threats, we are not just looking at one volatile performer, but at a system that found it very convenient to frame one man.
Turn it down.
And you're
yes,
big in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19 felonies,
times.
no convictions. Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Framing took hold. If we start in Woodland, California, in late November 2012, where security cameras captured Katt in a red hoodie striking a 19-year-old Target employee in the face and then sprinting out of the store. Within days, the clip had gone viral, and local coverage were details that rarely made it into the memes. The worker later told CBS he had just been fired with no clear explanation, that the confrontation began when Katt tried to buy his personal motorcycle helmet, and that the argument escalated only after a tense back and forth. Years later, Katt would claim in an interview that the slap followed a racial insult, a version his supporters still repeat, while the district attorney only filed a misdemeanor battery case, and no long prison bid ever materialized. The incident damaged his brand overnight, but on paper, it became another low-level charge in a long list that prosecutors were happy to wave around whenever they needed to argue he was dangerous. Meanwhile, just 3 years later, and more than 2,000 miles away, Gainesville, Georgia turned into ground zero for what Newsweek later called his open season year. 2,000 miles away, Gainesville, Georgia turned into ground zero for what Newsweek later called his open season year. On February 29, 2016, police found him lying face down outside a pool supply store with his hands behind his back, as if already bracing for the cuffs. After an employee reported that a verbal dispute had turned into Katt throwing an object and striking him. Within days, Hall County investigators said that same employee deserved restitution, and a Georgia judge eventually ordered Katt to pay for damages in that case. Yet the headlines mostly focused on the surreal visual of a world-famous comedian voluntarily assuming the arrest position on the sidewalk. When we read the subsequent court filings, the narrative gets more tangled, because the most serious accusations tied to that period were not about a store worker at all, but about one of his own security.
Reggie was a wild boy. Katt is a wild boy. Something happened where Reggie didn't make it home. He got ambushed, y'all. Oh, I know that.
Deputies, he had been dragged into a garage, assaulted with a bat by associates, and threatened after refusing what he described as an illegal request. Officials alleged in their statement that Katt was present, that he issued threats, and that a search of his home northeast of Atlanta turned up substantial amounts of a green substance and multiple firearms, prompting talk of additional substance and weapons counts on top of the aggravated assault, terroristic threat, and false imprisonment charges. The picture that spread across national outlets was stark. A star gone rogue, holding his own employee hostage inside a gated property. But when we follow the story into the following months, the case quietly narrowed, plea deals are struck, and by December 2016, he is banned from Hall and Dawson counties, ordered to pay restitution, and given community service time, rather than the multi-year sentence that early coverage made seem inevitable. To understand how we got to that point, we have to rewind to November 9, 2008, when Atlanta police were called to a high-end steakhouse just hours after Katt stepped off stage at the Fox Theater. Local reports describe businessman Marion Powers accusing Katt of attacking him with a bottle and sending him to the hospital, then filing a civil claim for roughly $3.5 million over alleged injuries and emotional distress. Yet 5 people in the restaurant told a very different story to investigators and later to civil attorneys, saying the businessman approached Katt's table, insulted him, brought up his family, and physically invaded his space before any table flipped or glasses shattered. When we look at how that lawsuit played out, with no headline-grabbing judgment and no lasting criminal record, it starts to resemble a pattern that Courthouse News has flagged in at least 11 separate assault-related filings against him over more than a decade. A confrontation, a claim, a big number on the complaint.